Hello Gemini, this is EJ with your reading for April of 2025. Before we dive right into it, let me just say I saw changes, a lot of changes when it came to finances. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Now the Eight of Pentacles is, you're working really hard to either find a job or build your business or build a foundation, build a security, maybe a promotion. Some of you could be, learning something, but you're really focused in moving this in a new direction, bringing progress, right? So see some of you trying to find a new career or position, employment, investment, but I feel like, again, I just feel like you're very ambitious, very productive, very serious about what it is that you're doing. Maybe you do a handcraft business, could be anything. Or you work with financing. But here I see you just really paying attention to details and really focus in on what it is that you really want. And I do feel like for some of you, you are building something, whether it is a foundation, whether it is a sense of security or stability. I see that that's what you're trying to do here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we have. Spirit, what else for Gemini? April of 2025. And Gemini, April, can you believe that already? It's just unbelievable to me how the year just came and now it's April. Like, we're going into April, right? It's just mind-blowing. The time is flying. So we have the Emperor, Aries energy. This could be, this could be an employer. This could be your manager, right? But I feel like for some of you, you're being noticed. You're being noticed for what it is that you have. And others of you are wanting to build stability, build a structure, right? And so you're being very logical and practical about how you go about doing that. So I do feel like for some of you, you are working towards that, to have that sense of security, almost like, well, if something were to ever happen, you have that backup. It's kind of what I'm picking up here. That is going to be for a small percentage of you. Now I do feel like there is protection around you. I do feel like there is someone who, if you're in a work environment, who is older, who does have authority, who is noticing you. Okay, so I do see that. I do feel for some of you are going to have some promotion and there's going to be a lot of success around that. I do see a really good work-life balance. And others of you, I see you moving into a leadership role, or building your business. Then you become an entrepreneur, and that leadership that not only leadership to create your business and keep it going, I feel like it's more than that, right? I feel like it's you really taking control about your stability, right? Your foundation, you're like, well, if I can't, I feel like for some of you, it's like, if I can't find employment, then I'm going to be the best. I'm going to take control. I'm going to focus and build this business, right? And others of you, it's just, maybe your home, right? It could be your home, just really taking care of it and, just things in that nature. But I feel like you're going to be very busy and very productive in April, whether it is with a new job or with a business. But I feel like, again, or, even a promotion. I see you being really, being noticed there. Wow, ironic. Six of Pentacles. I say ironic because I really feel like a lot of you are going to have an employment opportunity here with that Six of Pentacles. That Six of Pentacles is a financial offer. It could be a contract. It could be an investment. It could be that your business finally picks up and it's moving towards better times. There's a lot of progress there because you did put that work and effort into it, and people are starting to notice, like, hey, look at Gemini's business. Let's go buy from Gemini, things in that nature. Then I feel like for others of you, you're investing. And others of you, it's just more of you either finding work or having some type of promotion here. But, I feel things are going to balance out and work out for you. Now, if it hasn't already happened, I feel that it's going to start to happen, like, for a lot of you in that time frame, like end of March. I'm getting April. So just keep that in mind. I feel like that is happening here. Now we do have the Tower, and there's going to be an unexpected change, okay? Because the Tower talks about things that just change all of a sudden, right? It's unexpected. It's not something you thought. It could be in your work environment, okay? It could be that, you know, maybe a management role, because the Emperor is there, steps down or gets let go or something in that nature, and then you step into this role, right? Or you take on responsibility of this role. But I feel that, I don't know why I feel that for some of you, but others of you, I feel like there's going to be a big change for you coming. And it's kind of just all of a sudden, right? It's just unexpected. You weren't thinking that, but it does bring a lot of sudden insight. And I do feel like for some of you, it's like something needs to be broken down in order for something to come through. So maybe it's like, maybe you are working and you're just in a place where you're just not happy, right? You're always working, and you're not being noticed. And now finally something comes in for you that brings in another opportunity, or it does lead you to build your own business. So it's one or the other, but I do see that there is going to be sudden endings here. And I just feel like you're with that, you're going to take on that role of control, right? You're like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to make this happen, in one way or another, right? So I do see that again, like there could be some sudden change in management. I don't really, it's going to be different for everyone, but I feel that it definitely brings some sort of insight to you. Where it brings a realization. This is where I pick up with the Tower and the Emperor. This is where I pick up that you're like, you know what? I really want to have stability, and I really want to have that sense of security. And working for someone, you just never know when it's your time. Like, you think you're going to go to work and you show up and it's like you head into HR and you're like being made redundant, right? So it's I feel like that for some of you, and I feel that because of you, because I'm picking up focus and control, right? I'm just going to make this happen. I'm going to build my foundation and my security because you can control that, right? But when you work for someone, it's really hard to figure out if this is going to work out or not, right? You might have been there for 10 years or so, and then all of a sudden you're made redundant because of management changes or because of financial changes, with the way the world is going now, I wouldn't put it past a lot of companies doing layoffs. But nonetheless, I see you saying, you know what, I can just do my business, and you just do it, right? And you didn't do it before because you had the comfort of working for someone, but now it's like, I'm just going to do it myself. Wow. Okay. Love it. We have the 10 of Pentacles. See, I saw that you were really working towards something of some sort of financial security and stability, and this allows you to have that, right? This is going to allow you to have that sense of security. Okay, your business becoming secure, bringing in that increase in finances and moving it into a stable time. For others of you, this could be a job, right? It could be that changes happen and you all of a sudden you're being offered a promotion or you're offered a new job, and I feel like it's definitely going to bring some stability for others of you. Now, some of you could be receiving a lump sum of money from this sudden change in the work environment, because you see it's all money here, minus the Emperor and the Tower. And the Emperor it's management, right? It's someone who's a leader, someone who takes control. But I honestly feel like a lot of you are doing that, right? A lot of you are being like, I want to take control of this to make this happen, right? Very strong energy here. Very strong, very serious energy here. It's like, usually our energy, Gemini, I'm double Gemini if you're new. Our energy makes me very playful, very silly, and but this one is making me feel very focused and very serious. Like, I don't know if serious is the right word, but very focused. Let me take a quick drink. All right, Spirit. What else for Gemini? April of 2025, please. What else for Gemini? Okay, I love it. I love the sun coming out with the Tower and the Six of Pentacles, because it leads to know that the sudden changes that are happening, that's, you know, removing the negativity, or removing a doubt or fear to lead you towards success. Now, for some of you, you know, again, if you had a job and you always thought, I'm, you know, running a business, but you never did because you had a job and you felt like that was more secure, this definitely is saying that you're going to move into a time of success. Okay, with new opportunities that improve your situation, that leads you to have success, that leads you to have a financial increase in prosperity, wealth, and abundance, but happiness as well. There's a lot of happiness here with this card, and I feel like you're just like, okay, I'm glad that happened, because now I have another opportunity. Six of Pentacles here that's being offered to me, that is allowing me to shine, and it's allowing me to have this. So some of you, I see getting a sign-on bonus. I see you signing something and receiving this amount of money, right? So it's a you know, quite a bit of, you know, it's a lot, you know. Yes, look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. See, what did I tell you? So you're being removed from one situation to be placed in another with this Ace of Pentacles, because that Ace of Pentacles is a new financial offer, a promotion, a new, there's something being offered to you, right? So, and it has to do with finances. So I see you finally gaining, like with this here, I'm seeing that you're gaining the clarity, right? But the Ace of Swords is not here, but I see you gaining like insight of what needed to change and why it happened, but at the moment you didn't see it until now, right? Until you have this offer, or until you moved into the direction that you wanted to as an entrepreneur. Then I feel like you're like, this is what I was supposed to do, right? This is pushing you towards your goals, you guys. The Tower is pushing you towards your goals to lead you into good fortune and stability, to lead you to this new abundance, to lead you to this new business, right? Or this new opportunity. But whatever it is, it's Spirit saying, look, you weren't changing anything, and you're unhappy, and you're still moving into, you're still there, you're still doing the same thing. I gotta shake it up, right? Let me do this. Let me just shake the ground a little bit, and let me remove these situations and people out of your way, because you're meant for more. You're meant for more. You're meant to shine, right? You are meant to shine. And you know, if you stay in the situation, then guess what? You're not shining. You're not shining. You're gloomy. You're in the tunnel. And we need you to get out of that tunnel. We need you to get out of this darkness. You see how dark the Tower is? We need you to get out of that building, because it's so dark and it's so toxic, that we want you to shine. We want you to be the best you, because when you are the best you put out the best you, right? You put out that best energy. Wow. Spirit does have a lot to say today, doesn't he? All right, Spirit, what else for Gemini, please? What else for Gemini? So many cards want to pop out. Let me do a quick shuffle, but they jump right back in the deck. That's why you keep hearing like the slamming, because they pop out and then they go right back in. So I'm going to do a quick shuffle. All right, Spirit. What else does Gemini need to know? April of 2025. I just can't believe April. My gosh. I feel like we're still in January, but yet now here we're heading into April. Where's time going? Where is it going? Let me know if you're enjoying all of the daily readings. All right, okay. We have the Eight of Wands. So things are, you know, whatever it is that you were trying to bring, you know, things into movement, right? Movement and progress. I feel like with this Eight of Wands, it's going to happen very fast. Things are going to manifest for you in a very quick, exciting way. And things, again, things that you've been waiting for. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting. That Eight of Pentacles waiting and waiting, working and working, building and building, looking and looking, right? Applying and applying. Then all of a sudden, all this action happens, and you're going to have to think fast. But there is going to bring a lot of progress here, okay? A lot of progress. And I do feel like within 8 weeks, for some of you, within 8 weeks, things are going to happen. Okay, so Spirit brought out 2 cards instead of 1. So we're going to go ahead and take them because that's how Spirit meant it to come out. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. And I feel like things have been really, really slow. Like really, really, like dramatically slow. That you were just like, am I even doing the right thing, right? But because you've been so consistent, because you've been doing all the things, that brings you rewards, that brings you progress, and trusting most of all, right? Trusting and having faith and knowing that it's going to turn around. Things move you into a time of stability, okay? Things are going to move you into a time of stability. And again, because you were patient, you were able to achieve this long-term goal. And as I'm saying that, it's 11-11, you guys. And we're going to talk about these numbers. I need to write this down because I'm going to forget. Just because I'll tell you why right now. But this Knight of Pentacles is you moving towards something, creating something, things coming to fruition, good news, right? There's a lot of exciting news coming in because you have the Six of Wands as well. And the Six of Wands is that sense of accomplishments. Now I do see between, I said about 8 weeks, right? But also I feel like it could be within 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe even sooner for some of you. Because it's going to count from the time, not from my time, but from the time that your energy is shifting and the time that Spirit is saying it's meant for you, okay? So again, I feel like you have been waiting and you've been doing this for such a long time. Things are going to start to complete. It's going to come to a time of completion and a lot of success and it's like all of that worry, all of that struggle, all of that work, all of that applying and maybe even interviewing. There's positive change. There's positive things that move you towards success, okay? So now, before I move on to clarifying, I'm going to grab my book really quickly here. And I talked to you and I told you how I write everything down. Every time I see a number, right? Every time I see a number, I write it down. And then I write down the meaning. And then I think about what I'm doing at that time and I kind of take notes on that, okay? So one day I saw 444, 111, 333, 444, 555. And then the next day it was just 1111. And then the next day it was 1111, 1212, and 222. And it was just crazy how I'm seeing all of that, right? And I'm just, it's like constantly seeing that. And I'll show you here, just without showing you my notes, right? This is just the meaning of the numbers, how I'm writing that down. And I write the date at the top, you guys. Here, let me find another page because that one has my notes of what I was doing. Here we go. We'll show you this, right? I write the date and I write the meaning of the number, the angel number here, as you could see. And then I write down what I was doing, my thoughts, what I'm trying to release, what I'm trying to accomplish. And I do other things like that. I also do a lot of journaling, which I would love to bring into my shop eventually, hopefully. And I'm also thinking, you guys, I know you guys, let me just go ahead and start shuffling here so we could, because I know a lot of you don't like when I talk, but honestly, I'm only talking to you to show you what I do that will help you and give you motivation to maybe understand why you see those numbers. And that's why I share with you. But yeah, I just, I write them down, write the meaning. But what I'm also wanting to do is, so if you're not a member on one of my tiers, you do get $10 off of reading if you are a member. But I'm going to be adding things to the memberships I think I'm going to add maybe one more tier, and that one's more like, let's hang out and talk, and let's go over all of the things that we're experiencing and how we can help each other, especially when it comes to seeing the angel numbers and just really understanding that. And then also, of course, using tarot as well. But I'm thinking of adding that tier as well. But let me know in the comments below if that's something you might be interested in, you know, where we kind of hang out. Maybe we do a Zoom and we all connect through that Zoom. And I don't know if I have to do, I don't know if I can do it through YouTube or if I have to do a Patreon. So that's the only thing that I got to look into to see if that will be, if I can do a Zoom through YouTube or if I have to do like a Patreon, and I may have to do that. So, and that tier will also, you know, get the $10 off the readings and that time with me. And I'm going to allow an hour of us discussing, you know, and I probably am going to keep the group short to maybe 4 or 5 people. So that way we get enough time with each other. And then if I see that that's going well and it picks up, we'll add more time to it. Okay, so let me know if that's something you might be interested in. Join in the comments below. All right, Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, and Guardian Angels, please clarify this reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. And it's only going to be Gemini. This is Gemini channel now only. I know I tested it out towards the end of the last year, and then I added all the other signs just a monthly, and I just saw a dramatic change in my views and subscribers. So then I stopped doing the other signs, and now we're back to just being a Gemini channel. And so I was thinking of possibly changing the name, but it's been this for such a long time. Maybe later down the line we could think about a rebrand, but right now this is it. This is going to be a Gemini's Corner. All right, Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, and Guardian Angels, let's click some clarity on this reading for Gemini, April of 2025, please. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm being drawn to the Tower right now, so I'm going to go ahead and see what Spirit has to say about the Tower and how that's going to change for us, okay? All right, Spirit, let's talk about this Tower, this unexpected change. What is this bringing to Gemini, please? This Tower. What is this Tower all about for Gemini? If you haven't checked out my website, you know, please go support me there as well. You know, I have things as little as bookmarks, you know, and pot holders and stuff like that. So it's not just t-shirts and sweatshirts and crochet things. It's also, I'm, you know, adding more handmade things. All these things I cut and sewed myself. So check that out and support me there. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you would like to see there. All right, Spirit. Let's clarify this Tower, please, for Gemini. All right, we have the Three of Pentacles. And with that Three of Pentacles, 3 to me is like, it's consistency, right? It's like being consistent with what you're doing, putting a lot of hard work and determination in that to reach your goals, to improve your situation, whether it's, you know, yourself, your health, your financial situation, whatever it is, right? It's pushing past being comfortable and elevating yourself, right? Improving yourself. And then we have the Six of Wands, which talks about overcoming a lot of challenges and overcoming the struggle of even that, right? I feel like you've been working so hard to improve your finances, to improve your household, to improve your health, all of those things. And now there's this victory, right? There's this sense of accomplishment and success. I do see some new opportunities coming in for you, and others of you a promotion. I do see good news, you know, when it comes, there's a lot of great news actually that's coming in for you, and I do see relationship building, okay? So maybe it's like you get a new job opportunity, or you become an entrepreneur and you establish that relationship with those, with either your vendors or your co-workers, things like that. That's what I see here. A lot of connections is what I'm seeing. All right, Spirit, let's go ahead and let's talk about this Emperor. Why is this Emperor here for Gemini? What is this Emperor all about for Gemini, please? We have the Knight of Swords. Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. And my throat feels very itchy, you guys. If I sound weird, please forgive me. The Knight of Swords in this deck is all about having no fear and being very confident and living life to the fullest, right? Like just going forward, just feeling that motivation and that inspiration and just going to just getting it done, right? So I feel like, again, with this Emperor, this is definitely you. It's not a boss, because I see you very focused, and really wanting to have a solid foundation and having stability, and just, you've got a lot of ideas, and now you're just like, well, let me just do it, right? And that's the best thing about this here, is when you're trying to figure it out and you're trying to see, is this gonna work or not, you just have to do it, you guys. And I know it's easier said than done, but like for instance, this tarot channel, I didn't know where it was going to go, and yeah, it's at a very slow growth. If you've been with me, it's been a very slow growth, and I would love to have it be, have more subscribers and viewers, but maybe the timing isn't right. I don't know. So I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. So that, it's just doing it, right? I had to buy tarot cards. I had to connect with the cards. Then I had to build my audience, right? And now I know my audience are my lovely Geminis, my brothers and sisters that are my twin, right? So now I'm just really focused at that and really trying to figure out what to do here, right? So with your help, we will get to a better place with our readings and scheduling and stuff like that. Anyway, it's just, I said too much. It's just doing it, right? And I feel like with that, you're just like, well, what is it going to hurt, right? Especially if you don't have to invest a lot of money and it's just time, just do it, right? Just do it, because you don't know where it's going to hold. Now, if you have to invest money, this is an advice that I gave my daughter. She is making things for dogs, right? And I told her, well, just make one. Just make one. Just make your protocol. And then post it. And if you get orders based on that one, then it's going somewhere and you can invest more money on making more. But don't do it for just one or two, right? Just if you have the extra product, then do it. But if you don't and you have to buy it, then make it make sense. And if it doesn't, then just keep posting until you get that one, right? We have the Ace of Cups. I love it because the Ace of Cups is all about a new beginning, right? Well, all aces are about a new beginning, but this Ace of Cups is you're just overflow of happiness and joy with this new beginning, with this new business, with this new connection, right? You're just so excited about it. And I feel like, again, this is you being motivated and excited about it, this offer, building your business, building the connections, and just feeling confident, right? Because remember, you're living your life to your fullest and you're feeling your full confidence. And when Geminis feel their full confidence, nothing can stop us, right? Let's go ahead and talk about this. Whoa, hold on just a second. A couple cards flew on the floor. Let's do a quick shuffle. We are going to go ahead and we're going to clarify that Ace of Pentacles, just because I want to figure out, we know that there's opportunities coming in. We know that there's going to be there's going to be an increase in finances here. We know things are going to happen pretty quickly. And we know that we need to be ready to move when this happens, right? And I feel like you're ready for it. There's like no fear, there's no doubt, there's just pure joy and excitement about moving forward and having progress to have this long-term success. But let's go ahead and clarify this Ace of Pentacles, Spirit. Let's clarify this Ace of Pentacles, please, for Gemini. Ace of Pentacles for Gemini. Ace of Pentacles for Gemini. Ace of Pentacles for Gemini, please. We have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is about keeping it secret, right? Really trusting your intuition when it comes to this opportunity, when it comes to this offer, but not allowing everybody to know the details of it, right? Really trusting. Yeah, I just feel like there's going to be a sudden offer. I'm just getting that. There's going to be a sudden offer that comes in. And the amount that you're going to be offered is something that you want to keep private. And really listen to your intuition about if this is a great opportunity or not, okay? Wow, we have the Fool. Wow. Yeah. Here it is. Here it is, you guys. This is a new beginning for you. This is going to create a new journey and a new path where you're not even going to worry. Like, you are not going to worry about nothing. You are being so optimistic, so positive. You are embracing this new path. You're moving forward with this new idea, this new plan, this new goal. But nonetheless, it creates this new beginning. Now, let's talk about that Ace of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess and the Fool. This is about you being offered an opportunity, offered a raise, offered a promotion, offered a, whatever it might be for you. It's a financial opportunity that leads to good fortune and abundance, right? Now, the High Priestess is like, oh, really trust your vision about moving forward with this new beginning in this new journey down this new path, but also keep it secret. Keep it private from others because they don't need to know your business, okay? And I feel that, who you need to keep it secret from, okay? So I don't need to, dive in deeper about that, but I feel like Spirit is telling me because I feel then if it's a really great amount, which what we see here, right? Because you've been up to that 10 of Pentacles. Even if you have a business, you don't want to let them know that you're making way more than enough, because I see you having way more than enough, but you don't want to reveal the number because of the hands that will be out asking for help. All of a sudden, there's a ton of people that come out of the woods and they're like, hey cousin, hey sister, hey brother, hey uncle, hey aunt, whatever, right? And then now they want all this money. No. Sorry. Where were you when I needed help, right? Keep it secret, you guys. Keep it secret. All right, 8 of Pentacles, please. Oh goodness gracious. Let me shuffle because half the deck just slid out of my hand. All right, let's talk about this 8 of Pentacles, please. 8 of Pentacles. But I feel like you're definitely going to be offered a great opportunity, you guys. A great opportunity. It's going to actually give you a new life, is what I'm seeing here. I feel like you're going to have a new life. It's different. Maybe because you're no longer struggling and you're no longer carrying that cloud, right? We have the Ace of Swords clarifying that 8 of Pentacles, and this is you again being very logical, being clear, getting clarity about what you want and clearing out the doubt and not letting the confusion come in, so that you can aim for your goals, so you can work for your goals, so you can pay attention to what it is that you're doing, right? And moving forward with those new ideas and a new way of thinking and a new way of being and a new life. This is a new life for you. Wow. You guys, I really do see this is going to be very drastic. This is not something that, oh, I got a job and now I can pay my bills. No, this is something very drastic, very strong and big. Like I see big things, not something like, hey, I got a job, now I can pay my bills, I can kind of live. No, this is big, you guys. And then we have the 8 of Wands. Wow, and the 8 of Wands, you have that twice now. Okay, so things are going to come in really, really fast. You guys, some new opportunities, good fortune, some exciting news that allows you to have progress and move you forward. And it feels good. Okay, you guys, it feels good. Now my energy is shifting here. Okay, so as we're clarifying, my energy is shifting into a higher vibration. So I see you being like woken up, like you're awake and you're alert and you're ready. Wow, okay. Oh, sorry about that. Let's talk about this 8 of Wands. Let's talk about this 8 of Wands for Gemini. What is this all about? this Eight of Wands, please? What is this Eight of Wands all about for Gemini? Give me clarity on this Eight of Wands, please, for Gemini. What is this Eight of Wands all about for Gemini? Can we get clarity on the Eight of Wands? I feel like you've gone through so much. I feel like there has been a battle. It's almost like a war, right? Because I kind of see you shielded, but then I see you driving full force. Eight of Wands, please, for Gemini. What is this all about? Eight of Wands for Gemini. Wow. Ace of Pentacles. There we are. We have the Ace of Pentacles twice. So that Eight of Wands, when it, this news comes in or this opportunity comes in, that's a financial opportunity here, right? That Ace of Pentacles here is a financial offer, a financial increase, growth, rapid growth, right? Fast. Things are fast. Things are like, and you're going to move into a time of being very comfortable and feeling very stable. I see a lot of abundance here. I see a lot of prosperity. I do feel like, again, there's going to be so much growth, whether it's with a new opportunity or it's in a business for some of you. Things are going to work. Things are just going to move very fast for you. And I see you very excited about it. And again, it does lead to something new. It's like a new way of life, a new exciting way of life, a new journey, a new path. But it feels exciting. It looks promising. Even though it's been very slow in coming, it's going to be long term. It's not something very short term. It's going to be for a while, right? And all I could say is if you're working towards something, just keep working towards that one thing, because it looks very good. And then we also have the Knight of Wands, which is Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And then with this Knight of Wands, this talks about you being very ambitious and really expanding in all areas, whether you're learning or growing or whatever it might be. With that, it's going to bring a lot of success. There's a lot of movement here. There could be a change of house for some of you, or a change in something. But there could be that. There could also be some sort of travel. But it's going to be fast. Okay, you guys, it's going to be fast. For some of you, faster than others, okay? So just keep that in mind, and just be hopeful and have faith and believe that your situation is going to get better. And I talked about in a previous video about tapping, and you can look this up on YouTube. And I actually started doing that every day for different things in my life. And I'm telling you that it does make you feel and see things differently, okay? But just pick someone that you really like, that you connect with, and then just do that every day and journal. And I have this book, and any kind of coincidence, I guess you could say, if there was a song or a situation or someone said something and it just triggered something in you, something up in you, you want to write that down. Okay, we do have one more card, and I have to share something with you really quickly. Now, I was on uploading videos for YouTube, right? But before I did that, you open up YouTube, and then there was someone that I never saw before, and it was the title of the video was a meeting with God, the CEO setting a meeting with God or something like that. It had to do with business. And I'm like, wow, interesting. And I clicked on the video because I wanted to hear it. And I have been wanting to write, actually have been writing stories, little bits of stories of my life, because I've had an interesting life. I know we all have. And I want to use that as a motivation for young girls and women. And anyway, so she talked about She's talking about how she sets time with God every morning and she journals, and that helps her in her business and be a better leader. But then she mentioned being an author, and I was like, what? And that, like, I was just kind of listening and just kind of preparing the video and getting it ready to be uploaded and whatever. And when she said that one thing, that made me stop, and I looked up, because, and I'm telling you this because the night before, I literally had a dream that I was speaking to my brother, who has passed away for some years now, my older brother, and he had passed away at 40. And I just, miss him a lot. But I had a full-on conversation in my dream with him about this book. And he kept saying, just do it, do it. It's going to help somebody. And I'm like, no, who's going to want to listen to my story? And he said, do it. That's all I kept hearing him tell me. And then I hear that message. Now, that's sort of that's a coincidence, right? Like, you're like, wait a minute. Or is it a sign from God? Is it a sign from God to tell me to do something that I've been wanting to do for many years now and haven't really done nothing with it? Is it a sign? You let me know in the comments below. What do you think about that situation? Because it was interesting, right? That the night before I had that whole thing, right? And then yesterday, the same day, I was listening to one of my tarot readers that I listen to, right? To give me, because I also need guidance. And she said something about a Scorpio who had been passed away talking to me. Well, my brother was a Scorpio. And the night before, we had a whole conversation. Like, I did not sleep at all the night before. And I haven't been sleeping because I feel that night is when all of that is going on in my brain. And I'm just like, well, I just want to sleep. I'm tired, And I hear these messages. And you may be feeling the same thing. That's why I'm sharing this with you. You may be going through the same thing. Write it down if you can remember it, because it's going to be relevant later, just like it is for me. And I'm putting the pieces together and I'm just like, whoa, this is mind-blowing. This is totally mind-blowing. Anyway, that's enough of that. I just wanted to say that because I feel like someone needs to hear that. Someone needed to hear that. But let me know what you think of that scenario, and if you would take it as I did. Let's talk about the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is you just being in your power, right? Being very logical, being very charming, very stunning, very cool, calm and collected. Being very practical when dealing with situations, with moving forward, and really being clear about what it is that you want, right? The Queen of Swords is like, I know what I want. Get out of my way. Don't stop me, right? And that's what she looks like here. She's look at her in her glory, like beautiful, right? And with her sword out, like, I will cut you if you get in my way. Like, just let me be. Let me do me, right? So I feel like a lot of us Geminis are in this time of, people do find us charming. People do find us, it doesn't have to be a female. It could be a male as well. But, they do find us very interesting, right? Because we could do so many things, and we adapt to any situation, and we can get along with practically anybody, right? But I see you really being practical and logical about something though here, and you're just like, this is what I want, this is how I want to move forward. So let me be clear about that right now, because you see my sword, how big it is, and I'm not afraid to use it. That's how I see you. That's how I see you coming across, right? But good things are coming for you here. And the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups, where your wishes are going to be fulfilled. There, you are going to be living a new life where you're going to shine. This is big, you guys. This is really, really big, and you can see how my energy has shifted now, because in the beginning of the reading, it was just more of seriousness, right? And I don't know if that's the word. Maybe being clear and being, I don't know, practical. I don't know. You tell me. But my energy shifted here. Always does when we do our readings. But let me know how this resonates with you. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Check out your playlist here in the corner. And I'll talk to you in the next one.